In the 19th century, work for Australia's manual labourers was tough. They worked in areas such as the building and construction trade, or the mechanical and maintenance industry, and their working experiences were represented by uncomfortable and dangerous conditions, fewer payments, and extended hours. This was true until there was a work culture revolution in the 20th century.
Roman writers and orators began to expand their imaginative and intellectual horizons and refine the Latin language through the study of Greek literature. Early Roman literature had been basically of two kinds: the recording and examination of public life and behavior through life stories of famous men, and the particularly Roman art of satirical comedy and drama.
Botanic gardens are scientific and cultural institutions established to collect, study, exchange, and display plants for research and for the education and enjoyment of the public. There are major botanic gardens in each capital city. Zoological parks and aquariums are primarily engaged in the breeding, preservation, study, and display of native and exotic fauna in captivity.
Another administration option is to bake marijuana at a relatively low temperature to kill any dangerous microorganisms and then allow that patient to eat it or drink it. Both of these methods of administration make smoking the drug unnecessary. However, criticism of medical marijuana has also been raised because as a natural plant, it cannot be patented and marketed by pharmaceutical companies and is unlikely to win widespread medical acceptance. Food producers, consumers, and researchers use a variety of ways to make food taste better. Food producers can accurately measure the spiciness of raw ingredients and finished products in order to ensure that their products appeal to customers. Some consumers, especially fans of spicy food, use the ratings to find the hottest peppers they can, or to avoid overly spicy varieties.
Researchers are looking at new sustainable sources of fuel, such as alcohol and vegetable oils, as a result of depleting oil reserves and worries about exhaust emissions. As possible fuels, sunflower oil, soybean oil, and even poppy seed oil have all been investigated.
Each summer, thousands of confused students in the USA endure post-degree future. For many of them, the toughest challenge revolves around the so-called advanced placement. In theory, even completing their degree was a challenging task. The fight to get into American colleges is now so competitive that more and more kids are being pushed into undesirable universities.
Many of us find it both amazing and challenging to completely comprehend how birds can navigate. For instance, the Pacific seagull's yearly migration involves a flight of well over 5,000 kilometers from Alaska to Hawaii. If the bird were to deviate by only 1 degree, it would miss the island where it lay nests.
The editors of the program inevitably focus on moments they think will engage the audience. After all, that's their brief. They're in the business of audience ratings, and their inclination is to concentrate on moments of conflict and drama. For me, this is exploitation, because I'm sure that some of the disruption is occurring solely for the benefit of the project.
Technology has become an important aspect of life for people who want to get and stay fit. They use apps on their smartphone or other devices, for example, to count the number of steps they take every day, to measure their heart rate, to record their sleep patterns, and to work out how many calories they consume.
Since the extinction of mammoths occurred between 15,000 and 8,000 years ago and the end of the most recent ice age, many scientists believe that the major factor in the enormous extinction was the sudden rise in temperature, which profoundly changed the flora. There is compelling evidence that the increase in temperature contributed significantly to their demise.
When you write a report about a chart or a graph, don't focus on the details straight away. Take a step back and make sure you see the context or bigger picture. Start by defining what the graphic shows. The next thing you should do is to write a sentence that describes the key trend. Did the numbers rise or fall? If they didn't rise or fall, you can say that there's no clear trend.
One of the issues with self-employed persons is that they do not have a large number of coworkers with whom to discuss job duties. As a result, individuals are forced to make significant decisions on their own, which may be quite stressful. Relaxing with coworkers over lunch may also be pleasurable, and self-employed people frequently miss this element of employment.
In Shark Bay, Western Australia, in 1984, researchers saw dolphins engaging in an uncommon behavior. When the creatures were hungry, they managed to tear a marine basket sponge from the ocean floor and slipped it over their beaks like a glove. The researchers hypothesized that the sponges served to shield the dolphins' beaks from the pebbles and fragments of coral that litter the ocean floor, making this activity the first instance of tool usage in this species.
Globally and on average, 25% of students attend additional courses outside school. More than 75% of students in Colombia, Latvia, the Slovak Republic, the Philippines, and South Africa have private tuition in mathematics. In Japan and South Korea respectively, the figures are 71% and 64%, while in the UK, 20% of students attend extra courses.
Although man-made fibers have replaced certain uses for silk over the past 50 years, the world's silk output has increased by around a factor of 2. Prior to this time, China and Japan were the two biggest producers, producing more than 60% of the world's output annually. However, China substantially boosted its silk output from the late 1950s and reclaimed its position as the world's top producer.
The dyes and pigments available in any particular period in which a specific color photographic process was invented, manufactured, and used have profound effects on the quality of color that defines most of the style and particular historical period.
The executive residence in the White House in the United States of America, where the president resides, is divided into several wings. It also includes the vice president's and president's staff's offices. This government building is a national heritage.
One of the major factors influencing future home design will be the probable change in climate, with hotter summers, colder winters, and the possibility of floods. Consequently, houses will be built with better insulation and will also need ways of keeping cool in hot weather, whether that's air conditioning or more shading of windows.
English colonies emerged along the eastern seaboard for a variety of reasons. People, primarily men, originally migrated to Virginia to find gold and silver to make a quick profit. After it became evident that there were no precious metals in the area, men came to Virginia to start cultivating cash crops like tobacco.